Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put Cooper and Shirk on blast. Hey. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put Cooper and Shirk on blast. Hey. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast.
Peep this, your grave, you may be near it. Life's short, yeah, that part, so take it serious. Think twice, that afterlife should have you curious. Each week, that week's speech should have you furious. The same old same, all hail King such and such. You say hell, I say hell, get off is much to be desired. Chutzpah should be fire, let's rouse the believers. Situations dire.
Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put Cooper and Shirk on blast. Hey. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put Bitna and Dul on blast. Hey. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast.
You claim Salafia, we follow the Salaf in understanding, but without the branding, the law named us Muslim. With that, we stay content. No division is titles, egos a false idol. A mustard seed of kibba can land you in the fire. Plus, that his beer is fueled by desires. Question: aren't y'all tired of divide and slaughter? May Allah grant us guidance. Shout out to the martyrs.
Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put Cooper and Shirk on blast. Hey. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put Bitna and Dul on blast. Hey. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put Cooper and Shirk on blast. Hey. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put Cooper and Shirk on blast. Hey. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast.
Peep this, your grave, you may be near it. Life's short, yeah, that part, so take it serious. Think twice, that afterlife should have you curious. Each week, that week's speech should have you furious. The same old same, all hail King such and such. You say hell, I say hell, get off is much to be desired. Chutzpah should be fire, let's rouse the believers. Situations dire.
Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put Cooper and Shirk on blast. Hey. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put Bitna and Dul on blast. Hey. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast.
You claim Salafia, we follow the Salaf in understanding, but without the branding, the law named us Muslim. With that, we stay content. No division is titles, egos a false idol. A mustard seed of kibba can land you in the fire. Plus, that his beer is fueled by desires. Question: aren't y'all tired of divide and slaughter? May Allah grant us guidance. Shout out to the martyrs.
Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put Cooper and Shirk on blast. Hey. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put Bitna and Dul on blast. Hey. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put Cooper and Shirk on blast. Hey. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put Cooper and Shirk on blast. Hey. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast.
Peep this, your grave, you may be near it. Life's short, yeah, that part, so take it serious. Think twice, that afterlife should have you curious.
And here we go.
Assalamu alaikum, ahlan wa sahlan. Welcome to Amoo the podcast, where we seek to cure the kufr infected by injecting the Islamic perspective. I am your host, Amoo. And as always, the Amoo you love to hate is with us, Amoo Yusuf. His fault we didn't have a Bud Gus.
I did ask you guys yesterday about the random.
What happened?
You don't have it yet.
I have a random.
You do?
I have a lot of
Well,
stuff.
before we go, we always have to put the disclaimer. You want to do the Malayalam today? No?
I could.
Forget it right now.
Okay,
We
go
saw a lot of Malayalam
Go ahead.
the other day at the volleyball place. We thought about you when we saw them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're winning too.
Good Malayalam.
Yeah, they're winning the game. I was like, wow. Okay, the opinion of Amoo the podcast is based on Islam. Our intentions are to be correct. However, we may not always be right. So don't get pissed off. Oh, actually, you can't get pissed off because I like when you all get triggered.
Yeah, pretty good.
Others may differ in concepts, but these are ours. All right.
All right, so
Man, the title is amazing, but we got to go with the random. What's the random? Why you looking at me like that? Come on, man. I was with you and Amir, Junior Amoo.
Can I do my Al Pacino?
Yeah.
We have so many randoms.
At least give me one.
Okay, so
Good random, though. Has to be good. See, white cup.
speaking of white,
There you go.
no. Now, so we're leaving this this job.
Oh, that one?
Me and Amir are leaving this job. Do you know about it?
I asked him. He said he wasn't aware. He didn't notice.
Notice what?
The two individuals were walking. You were talking about those people?
No.
Okay, something else. Okay.
No.
Different random. Okay.
So this lady's walking her dog.
Oh, okay.
You know, she's walking her dog.
What kind of dog?
And I have no idea because what she was doing, like I couldn't even notice what the dog was. So she's an older lady. I would give her 50 something, you know, maybe. And she's walking and she's like sideways goose stepping. You know the Koreans they go.
Yeah.
The Russians they kick their legs.
Yeah.
They goose step.
Okay.
You know the Germans goose step.
Okay.
You know with the big high kicks.
I learned something new. Goose step.
She's going sideways, like she's walking the dog, and first glance, you wanna like calm it down because she could have a disability, right? No, she's doing that on purpose, bro.
She observed. You may want to make sure.
She was kicking her legs like to the side, and the thing about it, you know, we're in the health craze.
Yeah.
These days. And I want to bring her up because we're in the health craze these days, and people want to be healthy. They want to be healthy. Being active, even what she's doing, is called activity. It's not a sedentary lifestyle. She's being active. She's moving something. I don't know where she got that from. Me, myself, as a trainer, I know she's not doing anything wrong, but I'm trying to figure out what she's trying to accomplish. Maybe a doctor told her to do that. Maybe something very specific to her. But here's the deal. They say that health and diet, right? Okay, is 80% diet and 20% activity. 20% exercise, 80% diet. So because this is the craziness. She's walking her dog, but she's doing this extra stuff, and she's crossing the street. Now, people trying to go, you know, she's in traffic. It's not traffic, but it's neighborhood traffic. And she's goose stepping sideways. It's like a sideways goose step. And she's walking the dog, and you can tell she's trying to be healthy. So that's not the issue. Not making fun of that, because I need to be healthier myself.
Yeah.
People are crazy. They're crazy. They're eating unhealthy. Okay? Because that is 80%. That means that it's difficult to accomplish. It's not easy. The easy stuff is in the chocolate aisle or the cookie aisle or the chip aisle. That's the easy stuff. The fake juice aisle and stuff like that.
Like the brownie and sultan,
Yeah. Hey, I ain't had one in a long time.
Yeah.
It's my support system.
The other day, Isa got it.
Yeah. So I'm saying, like, people are killing themselves, ironically, exercising because they won't change their diet. I used to tell my clients, I used to start my clients off at 30 minutes. I worked the client out for an hour before because they were really not really getting it, and I had to, pace between the reps and stuff like that. But normally I work my clients out for 30 minutes. Okay, I get them down to 15. They think I'm scamming them. We're paying you the same money now. We're only working out for 15. I say, how do you feel?
Yeah.
How do you feel? I say the first thing what you're gonna do, you're gonna feel better. Then you're gonna start looking better. The look better is on you. How strictly you stick to your diet. Now, here's the tug of war. This lady's walking. She's doing a sideways goose step. She's trying to be active. We understand that, but a lot of people are in the gym 2 hours. I don't understand it. My son goes to the gym. He's trying to go to the NFL. He's trying to get him a good college, go to NFL. That's his dream. But he wants to be a sports scientist, sports science doctor, stuff like that. So that's his fallback. So he's not putting everything into the NFL. His passion is working out and stuff like that. So I understand, but he goes to the gym an hour and a half, 2 hours. I understand that. But these are regular people that have no athletic aspirations or anything. Mm-hmm. And they're killing themselves in this gym, man. I don't understand it. But like I said, the lady was being active, but it was just so funny. It was funny that she's built like that and she's walking like that. Now, she wasn't built bad. She's built for somebody her age that's not really working out. That's not toning and stuff like that. But welcome to America.
Yeah.
A
lot of confusion.
I mean, like I say, you can kill yourself working out or you can kill yourself eating.
Yeah.
There's two ways you can do it. Me taking 2 hours out of my day to work out every other day, that's too much.
They always look for a shortcut.
That's too much.
Sometimes they look for shortcut. Even with the workout, they don't continue. Most of them don't continue. They do it for several months. They get tired and they go back to the routine.
But if you keep your diet and have a healthy lifestyle, I had one thing I want to mention before we move on. Issa, remember Issa? Issa, he didn't have the body that he wanted. He said, I need to start working out, man. I need to change your diet. But it's just easy for him to start a workout program than to change his diet. So what's going to happen? He's going to feel better. He's going to be stronger, but he's not going to look like anything, right? So I said, well, come to my house. I'm moving some bricks around. So our exercise was to move these cinder blocks. And I say, when we move them from this place to that place, I might have a nice sized yard.
Yeah.
So if we move from this place to that place, I said, you're going to pick them up over your head and you're going to pump them like this. Till you get to the spot where you're going to drop them down. Go get another one. Pump it like this. He never called me back. The next day, he called me. He was dead, bro. I worked him out a little too much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I should have told him to pace himself.
Yeah. I
say, you all right? Oh, I'm good. But see, your muscles, you shred your muscle, you rip them, tear them. Next day, you couldn't get out of bed like, oh. You couldn't get out of bed, man, like a full body cast. But I just think, like I said, got to change the diet, man. You got to, hey, look, nothing good comes easy. Nothing good comes easy.
And it takes time, too.
Yeah.
That's another thing.
Yeah. But I tell you what, you change that diet, your body, when you make, it's crazy. If you make the intention to change your diet, your body knows it.
Yeah.
Your poop is going to start being different. You're going to start urinating more. How it is when the first day we fast. Soon we start fasting, your body say, oh, we're fasting now. The body start doing something different.
Yeah.
Oh, this dude doing something different now.
Yeah.
But we can wake up in the morning and go all day, don't eat no breakfast, go all day, and finally eat like 5 o'clock when we get home from work.
Yep.
And guess what? Your body didn't change anything because your intentions even deals with that. So like again, if you want to be healthy, you can walk funny like the lady was walking, and keep the diet that you're on now if it's not a healthy one. And what's going to happen is that you're not going to see any results, but you might feel a little better because you're being active. Okay, but like I said, 80% diet and 20% actual activity. So that's just a tip. But I found it fine. I wanted to video it and put it on Facebook. It was quite strange the way she was walking, man. I've never seen it before in my life.
But did Amir was Amir with you?
He was with me.
What did he say? Was he like shock and awe or something? Was he like?
Oh yeah.
Was he like?
It was more shocked than all.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
He didn't say, "Oh, I'm shocked."
I'm shocked.
But
Then go back
anyway.
to the kitchen. That's what we were gonna say. All right, the topic for today.
What's popping? What's bopping? What's popping? Title: Obey the Leader. It's a spinoff of Obey the Leader. Okay, wa uli amri minkum. Okay, it's a spinoff, but we say Obey the Leader. Why, why these third wave S.I.M.P.S won't lead the Ummah's revival? Why they won't? And S.I.M.P.S are on the high echelon of respect in our Ummah, and S.I.M.P.S are on the lower rung of our Ummah in terms of respect and knowledge and so on and so forth. Now, I'll begin it with, there was a doctor. I was over the house, female, her and her daughter doctors, I understand their names. But over their home, and very nice, hospitable people from, the Muslim lands or what have you, right? And it was kind of confusing which land, but from the Muslim lands.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like a Turkish Palestinian Egyptian thing.
Just
So anyway,
you shouldn't even say. Just leave it. Like.
Okay, I take that back. so what happened was, she made a statement. She's giving some history about the family, and it's really intriguing. Her daughter even told her, "Mom, I told you to write a book." I said, "Yeah, it's very interesting. I mean, just your family dynamics."
Right.
And she was like, "I hope it doesn't get lost." Now her daughter was saying, "You should write a book because we hope what you're saying doesn't get lost in generation."
Yeah.
I said, "No, tell it to the children." I say, continue to tell it to the children,
Right.
And I say, if you tell it to the children, I say, what happens? It continues to be a thing. They'll tell their children,
and so forth.
and keep bringing it up, because she tells these stories often. You can tell because she's very well versed in telling these stories. So what happened was, she made a statement, and this is what we get into the title, "Obey the Leader."
Yeah.
Okay. She said, she said, Erdogan, oh, I love him, Erdogan, the Turkish leader, right?
Yeah.
She said, I love him so much. I always say, we have Allah in the heaven and we have Erdogan on the earth. Now, if you're listening to this, you might scream borderline shirk.
Yeah.
Borderline shirk. I'm saying, because
equating now.
We have Allah in the heaven.
Yeah.
It's like restrictive, right? Restrictive. And then we have Erdogan on earth. Now, first of all, Erdogan is one of these beta leaders. So when you obey them, it's like I say, obey the leader. You'll never arrive at the Ummah's revival. You'll never arrive at a Nahda revival. You'll never arrive at Ittihad, unity. You'll never arrive at anything that benefits our Ummah, okay? You never arrive at anything that benefits our Ummah. Erdogan is a beta leader, agent, carrier of the agenda of the kuffar. Whatever you want to say about him, that's whatever he believes between him and Allah Ta'ala, how he and his policies and his behaviors affect the ummah is every Muslim's business, every believer's business. Okay. Now, she mentioned she has these nice shoes in this closet, right? So she's like, I need you to paint this. I want you to paint this and paint inside this closet. And I'll show up in a closet, and it's like these really, you could tell, really expensive, nice shoes. And I'm not a connoisseur of women's shoes. I don't have a lot of knowledge of them. But you could tell the way these things were set up and the way she had them. Of course, the house, and the lifestyle. Very wealthy, right? Okay. So I see the shoes in the closet. I look at them, and I need you to paint this closet. I said, want me to paint the shoes too? She said, don't you, if you painted my, no, I mean, they're Muslim, so, we have a relationship already, just by Assalamu alaikum. There's already
We're just joking,
yeah, we're joking, Yeah. So she said, you been, it's brother Ismail, he's laughing, he's like, oh, this guy right here, man.
Ismail's a good guy,
He started laughing, he's like, oh, don't, and I explained to her daughter what I said. She said, oh, don't mess with mama's shoes. Don't mess up. So that was like the whole thing. So, so she said that France, they banned. She said France did something. They're doing something. It ain't the hijab thing because
It was, but not.
yeah,
I
there
don't
was
know,
no
something
hijab
else,
in
yeah.
there was no hijab in the subject.
Okay. Ooh. No, no, don't even go
If
there.
you get my drift, there was no hijab in the discussion.
In the atmosphere.
There was no hijabi atmosphere.
Yes.
So what happened was said that France did something recent.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I'm out of the loop.
Yeah.
France did something which is really not Islamic. You have to be in the loop. Okay, Muhammad Sallam was knowledgeable of what was happening. Even when Najashi died, Muhammad Sallam knew it automatically. You know what I'm saying? And this is not by haphazard. Okay. So anyway, what happened was she said that I am going to. We're still on the shoes, right? I'm going to go through all of my shoes, because these shoes are from all around the world. I'm going through all of my shoes, all my French shoes. I'm gonna donate them. But that still someone's going to buy them. Someone still's going to be wearing the French shoes. And France was built on shoes. Remember when the Algerian Front, the so-called Islamic organization, movement of Algeria, participated in democratic elections because they knew they had the votes, and they won the quote unquote parliament, White House, whatever they won.
The democratic process.
The democratic process, and they saw these French shoes in the air, and France was throwing shoes down on the Algerian front, the Algerian Muslim front.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't shoes. It was actually bombs.
Yeah.
They bombed the HE double hockey sticks out of the Muslims that participate in the democratic process. They had the numbers. They had the power. They're supposed to take it.
Yeah.
You don't go through the democratic process.
And not just that,
because they'll bomb you.
Yeah. When France, invaded Algeria, I mean, they killed millions of Muslims. Millions. That's what Umar al-Mukhtar was actually. That's in Libya, but in French, I mean, they killed a lot of Algerians. Historically, But hey, we're not gonna talk about that because that's in the past.
But the issue is this. I mentioned, which I didn't even catch myself. I said that, France banned the hijab and the Muslims boycotted France.
Yeah.
I say, but Turkey, because I'm throwing it back on Erdogan. I'm not trying to argue,
right.
But you know how I am. I'm kind of contentious sometimes. So I said, Turkey banned the hijab before France, but the Muslims were okay with that.
Yeah.
I mean, there was no uproar.
Right.
Before France did, So that was what the discussion, and we didn't go deeper into the hijab, but that's what it basically was. Okay. So we got these beta leaders. And the reason I say beta is because, like, a beta male generally, and when you say beta is second in command, so beta is really not a bad thing militarily. It's not a bad thing in the ranks of the UFC. Because if you're a beta fighter, that means you're not one of the elites. You're not a Bones Jones or Khabib, or you're not any of that. That means that you are a lower tier, like Conor McGregor got knocked to. Anyway, so you're a lower tier. That means you're second in command. You're second up, and you got rankings. You got rankings in boxing, UFC, whatever. You got rankings, right? So when it comes to leadership of the Muslim world, the highest leader is what? Khalifa, Amir al-Mu'mineen. Okay, the Imam al-Ummah, the Sultan. This is the highest, and no one gets higher than him. Everyone else below him is what? Muawin,
Wazir, Muawin.
Yeah. These people are appointed. He is the one that's elected. He's the top guy. And even though today people are saying there's no centralized.
If you're gonna mention this word, that's in the history, it's in the books, it's old stuff. Why are you taking us back in the Stone Age?
Yeah.
That's gonna be the reaction.
Yeah, Islam.
Yeah, you have to go with the.
Yeah, Islam is always relevant.
Yeah, you have to go with the flow. It's 2021. You don't want to go back.
You want to call the leader of the Muslims an Obama?
Yeah.
We should call him Obama. We should call him 8'2" black guy, Negro, big ears.
Is it big ears?
We shouldn't say Khalifa.
He got big ears. He got big ears.
I heard he can fly. I hear.
Wow.
But anyway. So the point is this: we got the second beta, as brother Akila Nuisi he mentioned on my other podcast that show. He mentioned that beta is really like it could be a sergeant or a captain or something like that. It's not really. He's not like the general top guy that's making the decisions, but he actually gives orders to lower. But when we talk about beta in relationships, okay,
Beta relationships, if a man is a beta, his wife is running things, basically. Because someone has to take the lead. Okay? Someone has to take the lead. You got two lesbians,
One of them has to lead.
yeah, one of them has to say, you wash the dishes. I will wash the dishes. I mean, whatever. So, however they talk, I will wash the dishes. Anyway, so, so the issue is, but when it comes, that's relationships. When it comes to leading the ummah, being a leader within and of the ummah, even the wali that is over a certain wilayah, a certain region of the Islamic state, right? That person is the top guy. To everybody that's around him, he only answers to the Khalifa. You know what I'm saying? So there is a structure there. And when we got leaders like Erdogan, who she said is, well, who we have on earth and Allah is in the heavens, where is the jihad fi sabilillah? Where is the helping the oppressed Muslims? Forget a boycott or not signing this. It is all ploy. It is all ploy. It's like when Arafat was in his bunker, they said they had no electricity, but they all had cell phones, and all the cell phones worked. You notice when they were in the bunker back? Yeah. A lot of you don't remember this because y'all too young. But Arafat and his cronies were in the bunker with cell phones working. The cell phones were lit up, and they were texting and calling. Yeah. But they had the Jews had shut the electricity. They're like, how long do these phones last? That's what I want to know. I need to get them Arafat phones.
A lot of people in general, not just the Muslim, people in general don't have the political awareness. They don't understand politics.
Yeah, they don't.
Let's be honest. They don't understand Western politics. They don't understand Islamic politics. They don't understand any kind of politics. They're even, like, when you read the history books, you see all the crazy and good thing and cool thing and conspiracy thing happen throughout the mankind's creation, right? Yeah. They can connect the dot. They can look at this stuff and make a analysis. But if you bring these sort of evidences and explain to them what's happening behind the door, oh no, you're just one of those conspirators. You're like living in the past.
But this is what happened.
And also, you're emotional.
This is what happened. They already had released that Arafat's public approval rating was down. Mm-hmm. Then they had the siege on Arafat's compound.
Yeah. How you doing?
Yeah. So they had the siege on Arafat's compound. Yeah. And they had the cell phones working. They had no power, but the cell phones kept working like all the days they were in the under siege. Yes. And what happened was the approval rating automatically goes up. Yeah. The approval rating automatically goes up. It goes to the roof. Now, why did they go to the roof? Because this was an agreement between them and Arafat to raise his public opinion polls. It was an agreement. So Erdogan does certain things to make him look good to the ummah. Right. But in reality, what's happening?
Behind the closed door, there's something else. Because, you have to understand that people are very emotional. They see him making some recitation. Oh, mashallah, it's great. He recited. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm like, really? That's the only thing? Yeah. I mean, throughout the history, if you remember Jamal ad-Din Afghani or Muhammad Abdul-Baq, these scholars back in after the separation of the states and the creation of the mini nation state, they were scholars, no? But they were actually also agents.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, they were, mashallah, teaching all the main good stuff.
But see, this is what we learned in halaqah a long time ago. We would learn certain things, and then our teacher would say, would say that he would give us questions, and the question is designed not like a A B. You don't get an A B C D. You either know it or you don't know it. Yeah. Okay, it's an aqidah issue. Like, was Muhammad mujtahid? Aqidah type issue, fiqh aqidah / aqidah type issue. This one right here was. Let me see. How did he structure it? He would ask questions in order to get like I say, in order to measure how much we learn or did we know it, not actually to grade us. And I'm trying to figure out. I'm gonna get back to it. I'm trying to figure out exactly how he worded the question. But it was good because. What it did is separated us in the class from some of us that had been there a year or two before I got there, and some of us that had just joined, and it kind of measured us to let us know that who was actually understanding the the topic, who's actually paying attention, who was there because they actually generally wanted to rise above beta and become one of the alpha dawah carriers of this ummah, the people that seek change, the people that call people to the Islam as it originally was revealed, not people that adopt names and feel like they're safe under the name they adopted, not those types of things. But nevertheless, getting back to the leadership with the beta, Erdogan is a beta leader. Okay, he's a beta leader. Why? Because he is under someone else's agenda. He's under someone else's. He's on somebody else's time. Okay, same with the other rulers. Okay, and if he does something that seems to be good, it is all under the guise of what? It's all under the guise of swerving and swaying the public opinion to raise his standing, to raise the standing. So now we have people saying, and these intelligent people, these are professional people. These people supposed to have a lot of smarts, a lot of not really knowledge, but knowledge in their field. But they're supposed to be beyond simple-minded
intelligent people,
yeah, profound thinkers. Okay, not enlightened necessarily, but profound. And they make statements like, "We have Allah in the heavens, and we have Erdogan on earth," when nothing has happened.
I'm telling you, it's also emotional. That's it. You see certain things, certain leader do, and khalas. A Muslim thing. Okay, we found the solution. We found the savior, basically.
Yeah.
You know, that's the mentality, because again, they have no understanding of the correct solution to the problem. So whatever it comes and it feels good, that's it. We're gonna jump onto that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So.
Well, here we go. Moving away from the leadership, because like I say, all the leadership in the Muslim world is under the agenda and the auspices and the tutelage of the Western powers, the non-Islamic Orientalists, enemies of Allah Ta'ala. They're under that. Okay. Now let's go to the from there. Let's go to the shuyukh, the people of knowledge. Okay. Mm-hmm. Who's under these leaders? If all the leaders are beta, who's under these leaders? They came up with the list of the scholars you should not take from. Okay, they came up with the list of scholars you should not take from. Mm-hmm. Well, I threw out the list. I said, well, a lot of them were cookie cutter guys, same concepts. None of them are gonna shake anything
study
up.
From the book, memorize it. And
if I put some baby formula in a bottle. Yeah. And gave it to them with water, still wouldn't shake it up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't shake it up. It'd be all clunky and dry.
They tend to forget that you whether you study in Middle Eastern countries or the subcontinent, like Pakistan, India, or those other like the subcontinent countries, in going to the Islamic universities in those countries, regardless, you have to understand that those countries are under a specific system, under a specific leadership, under a specific culture. Yeah. Right, so they're not gonna teach
and they have an agenda to protect. Yeah. They have interests to protect.
So they're not gonna teach you the whole asshole. I mean, yes, they're gonna teach you the usul, the aqaid, the basic of ibadat and whatnot, muamalat. But when it comes to like taking the affair of the ummah in general, practically, not only through dua, because I'm tired of that. To be honest, I've been hearing that since I was like probably 6 years old. The only way to solve the problem of the ummah is just to make dua. That's it. That's not a practical solution. That's just like a whim. That's just like a fairy tale. Yeah. But when you study the Islamic history, see how society were running, right? Like any other society. Teach us from that respect. But you won't, because you're under certain leadership that won't allow you to speak about these sort of things, right? And that's why we have sincere ulama that are in jail, right?
Well, check this out. Somebody might say, he went to Islamic University. Yeah. How dare you?
Yeah. How dare you, man?
He has a certificate. Mm-hmm. Which none of the famous ulama had. So how dare you? He went to the. Okay. I need surgery on my heart, not me just hypothetically. If I need surgery on my heart, why can't I go to a CNA? Why can't I go to a certified nursing assistant and get surgery on my heart? You say, what? No. They went to medical school. Yeah. So why can't I get heart surgery there?
Right.
Okay. Now, why? Let's go above that. Why can't I go to an LVN and get heart surgery? Why can't I go to an RN and get heart surgery? Why can't I go to a general practitioner surgeon, general practitioner doctor and get heart surgery? Why I gotta go to a heart specialist who happens to be a surgeon? Why do I have to go specific? These people are not being taught Islam, especially not from a revival point of view, not from a dynamic point of view, not from a how to produce the unity in the ummah, how to solve the ummah's problem point of view. They're not being taught. They're being taught a specific. I mean, what did the Sheikh tell Abu Ahmed? He told him that they studied Salat for like
How many years?
so many years.
I'm
They
like-
studied Salat.
I'm like, I studied
And you
that.
say, well, Salat is really important. Okay, well, how are you praying today?
Yeah.
How do you pray today? Okay, if Salat is important to know and to practice,
Yeah.
but you're studying it for all those years. Guess what the Sheikh said? He graduated without finishing.
And
He
that too.
graduated
And that
without finishing studying Salat.
And here's another thing that Muslims don't understand.
Medina University.
Oh yeah, and here's another thing Muslims don't understand, because Muslims have this concept, like the Hud Nasara. I call it Sheikh in the box. You know, like
Sheikh fi Sunduq.
Yeah, Sheikh wa Sanduq. Y'all have your own Sheikh in the pocket, Sheikh in the Sanduq, right? This concept that you think if I study in Medina in graduate, do you think I'm qualified to? No, maybe I got C, maybe I got D, man.
Yeah.
Maybe I failed. Maybe I'm not that good actually. You know what? Maybe I cheated. Maybe I just took the cliff note and passed the exam. Have you ever thought about that?
Guess what? Most don't graduate. Yet they never show the certificate. They don't have one. I'm saying most don't.
Yeah.
This is a so-called dirty secret. But the ones that do graduate, it doesn't matter. They're walking around saying Shura is democracy. They're walking around saying Jews and Christians are not kuffar. They're walking around saying all of this from the same university. From the same university.
There's one Sheikh was talking about the finance situation, right? About the student loan stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he said, I looked into it, couldn't find evidence, but I asked my ulama, my teachers.
Yep, exactly.
But sometimes, what kind of question did you ask? Because I noticed from my conversation from these so-called scholars that ask other scholars, is that your question did not come with the whole reality of the situation. You just
Yeah.
give them a little bit,
Yeah.
and the alim overseas took only that one portion of the question and give you answer.
Here's his one. Sheikh, there's no way I can get the house without a riba. There's no way, Sheikh.
Yeah.
Can I get the house? Yes, get the house.
Right.
Like, what just happened?
I know. So first of all, he didn't get the full picture. And secondly, when this particular sheikh said, okay, you can have a student loan because ulama's opinion. I'm like, okay, what about the evidence from the Quran and Sunnah? If I don't have it, I don't need the ulama's opinion.
If you don't have the evidence, you can't move.
Yeah, but who are you not to take the
You
ulama's
definitely
opinion?
can't move toward it.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely can't
But
move toward it.
they think ulama's opinion is like wahi. It's like divine. As if the ulama cannot make a mistake. I'm like, dude.
I posted that before. I say, I don't mean to crush anybody's hopes and dreams. I say, but Sheikh said is not a source of evidence, source of hukum sharia. It's not.
Yeah.
Sheikh said it's not.
Yeah.
Sheikh said only has as much weight as Sheikh said according to this hadith, this ayat.
Yeah.
That's where the weight is. I'm saying the weight is in what the Sheikh relied on.
Mhm.
If you're just relying on the Sheikh, then you're not giving Islam its propers. You're putting Sheikh above Islam.
Yeah, but this is a very, very common problem that they look up to the shuyukh as they're infallible, as if they're not going to make a mistake. They don't question. Actually, nobody even dared to question. They think it's a bad manner to question.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, you see, that's our problem, because when you say you follow a specific sheikh, okay, shuyukh disagree among themselves. So which one are you going to pick now?
Yeah.
You see what you put yourself into in a situation like kind of complicated? And I'll be honest with you, a lot of ulama, whether sincerely graduated or didn't graduate, most of them have this, mashallah, in-depth knowledge about a specific topic.
Yeah.
But a lot of them don't have the capability of making ijtihad or analysis. A lot of them don't. There are very few. And I could be wrong in saying that, but in my experience over, I don't know how many years, most of them don't. Okay, they basically copy and paste whatever they understood from the subject, and they just repeat what they learn. And there are very few that can actually look at the situation of the
Well, you have to be a mufaq.
Faqih, you have to be faqih,
You
yeah.
have to be a faqih.
Yeah.
You
So-
have to be knowledgeable usul. Usul. If you're knowledgeable of usul, you'll not only know how the process other ulama went through in order to arrive at their ijtihad, but you know how to make ijtihad yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, that is a very big distinction from a sheikh that just quotes what ulama before him or actual ulama stated in the
Yeah.
past, and may even quote an alim, modern day alim, and say and such and such holds this opinion too. Okay, they may do that, but basically I can do that. I can learn what this alim said versus that alim, or this madhab versus this madhab. I could do that myself. That's just one rung abong a parakeet. Okay, but for someone that could actually go to the text, that can actually debate something that an alim said. Why do you not take this opinion? Or I don't take this opinion because of this or that. He didn't consider this. And his analogy seemed like this hadith never reached him. You know what I'm saying? And believe me, the ulama that we love and respect in the past didn't have a collection of Bukhari or Muslim. They didn't. Okay? They learned from the soft copy tradition. Everything was memorized, understood, settled in the heart. They understood it well. But not every hadith reached them. Okay?
Yeah.
Not every hadith reached them. Which is, something to be considered.
I honestly think this is one of the poison of the ummah, is that we have this thing, like, you stick to the ulama only. You don't study by yourself. Even if you want to study by yourself, you can still go back to the ulama for knowledge, for understanding, for explanation, right? But they're not the source of hakum shar, like I said in the beginning. They're not the final say.
Source, yeah.
You know
what the problem with us right now?
Uh-huh.
We're not saying enough names.
Right.
There's this one brother say, how many scholars can you name? I say, what is this, Jeopardy?
Like, who cares? But you have to get the concept, the idea first.
We're playing a $25,000 pyramid. What are you doing?
This is not high school. Just to give you the
How
concept.
many sheikhs can you name?
Yeah, just to give you the concept.
I found that to be very gay.
Just to give you the
I
concept.
found it to be very gay.
Yeah.
How many men can you name? There's Kevin, Tyrone in them, because they always travel together. There's
Kevin,
David.
Yeah, but that's not the point. Even the level, like sometimes when you look at people, the way they ask questions is just like, not to put them down, but man, what is your knowledge? In fact, one brother was telling me from Pakistan, I was having this discussion with him that most Muslims don't have the proper understanding of knowledge, right? Nowadays, we have access to all those knowledge, but yet most of us don't study. He said, I disagree with you. I said, why? Well, in Pakistan, when we were young, we were taught Islamiyat. I'm like, what's in the Islamiyat? Can you tell me what's in the subject?
Yeah.
Well, I said, no, I don't know. What's in it? Well, like how to do salah, how to do salah. Okay, dude, then I gave an example. Like when I studied in Mecca, right, from first grade till high school, the Islamic studies were like 5 subjects, which is Quran, Tajweed, Tafsir, and what is it? I forgot the 2 more. Ma'ani and
kissing the leader's butt.
Tahfidh, right?
Okay.
Then I'm sorry, take that back. It was Quran, Tajweed, Hadith, Fiqh, Tawheed. I mean, there's like 5 separate. And guess what? All of them start from first grade and end till high school. That means even though right now things are changing in Saudi, unfortunately, right? But the knowledge of Islam compared to like other countries, even the Saudis, like, not a legitimate state, but their information is way higher than other countries. Does that make sense? So the information is not enough only because you were studying Islamiyah, but a lot of shirk in Pakistan, a lot of other ideas that are incorrect, right? Even the brothers that I speak from Pakistan, mashallah, those who study in madrasa versus the regular school, you can see there's a different level of knowledge. But the point is, knowledge is not enough. What kind of knowledge you were taught? If you were studied the basic, for example, like how to read the Arabic language, right? If you studied the basic of usul al-hadith and the fiqh and tafsir and all this stuff, guess what? You can actually continue learning by yourself. If you learn the Arabic, then you can continue learning. You can open the book and read. You don't need the scholar to teach you. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, I can book any tradition's book, read it, and if I don't understand in-depth Arabic language, I want to speak to a person who knows Arabic above my level, or an alim tafsir that knows about my level. I'm going to discuss this part with him or her, whatever, people that have the knowledge, and go from there. But we have this issue, like nobody wants to open, man. Nobody wants to study. Everything is just like Sheikh said, Mullah said, and that's enough.
Yeah, and when you break the mold of that opinion of a when you say well respected, we're talking about the social media area, the one that has the most followers, the most likes. Now, people had followers before there was social media, so the one that has the most followers, the most likes, they say he's so well respected. By who? By who? Not by anybody that's dynamic, not by anybody that's a revivalist, anybody that's seeking unity within the Ummah, anybody seeking solution for the Ummah's woes and seeking to establish Allah's order on earth. No, not by anybody like that. Not by anybody like that. So again, when we talk about these beta leaders that are under someone else's gender, someone else's tutelage, fearing someone other than Allah Ta'ala, okay? And we talk about the ulama that are under them that legitimize them. Because any alim that breaks and becomes alpha, where do the alpha ulama go? Sijin.
Yeah,
they go to the prison.
Muslim in jail.
They go to the prison, or they free for their lives. Yeah.
Some go to other countries and start speaking from country,
and ironically, like we talked about, by default, the West seems the place to be for the dawah carrier, yes, although we're not trying to establish Islam here.
Yeah.
Islam is better to be established where it once
back
ruled.
Home. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Your own
preferably where people understand the language, but we'll take it anywhere as long as it brings the justice. Because enough people speak the language in order to actually guide the ummah to what's better if they fear Allah. But the point is, you got these beta shiyukh, and like I say, anybody break rank and become alpha, they join the list of those you should not take from. But although that list is a bunch of betas, that's a bunch of betas.
A lot of them
too.
also come.
But guess who made the list? Betas.
Yes. One of the characters.
Betas of this persuasion made a beta list.
One of the characters of the so-called Mr. Nice Guys and beta mentality, they are very manipulative. They like to attack, not physically, just behind a keyboard, behind hijab, okay? They like to send insult. When it comes to real solution, they're not up for it. Like when it comes to real, I'm talking about physical, it's a matter of life and death. They can't go for it. You know what I mean? That they're scared. So they produce all these weak, emasculated men at the same time. They produce in our ummah. We got so many weak Muslim. Allah, we're not just weak in iman, but also weak health-wise, and we're also weak physically. We're also weak mentally, right? Let's be honest. That's what we have. That's what's been produced over the years, over decades, right? So that's why some of these folks, especially the ones don't speak the haqq, they're scared. They're actually cowards, and they act strong by coming, let's say, on social media, YouTube, attacking about who the hell are you, and they're gonna use big words, big evidence, and act like they're strong, but in reality,
so check it out. Let's say Jake Paul. Jake Paul takes shahada. Okay. Bi'idhnillah, he takes shahada, and he starts to wear the picnic blanket.
Mm-hmm.
The picnic, the Saudi picnic blanket. He starts wearing that. Okay.
Yeah.
And he starts talking some nice stuff, he has a lot of followers. He has a lot of subscribers, a lot of followers.
Yeah.
Automatically he becomes of the top shuyukh. But he cannot say anything dynamic. He can't say this ummah needs unity. This ummah needs to obey Allah. This ummah needs to establish hukm sharia on earth. See, now he's going to lose followers. He's going to lose subscribers.
Sometimes they do say unity. They do.
Yeah,
but, how?
But no solution.
Yeah. You make dua. We must, love
make
each
dua for
other. How to love each other. We're one ummah, right?
There's no difference between your black feet and my white feet.
Yeah.
Our feet go together, but not too close because I don't know what you have.
You probably a nasty toe.
Man, one of the memes I hate.
Yeah.
Muslims love this meme. I hate this meme.
Yeah.
It has Sheikh Jamal Green, I think. It has Siraj Wahaj. It has Sheikh Yusuf Estes. It has
our homeboy from
Asian sheikh.
Yeah.
They all lined up. They have African shuyukh, African American, whatever. A long line, the front row.
Yeah.
How they all get on the front row? That's what I want to know. But let's talk about this. Anyway, it should be scattered with how you get on the front row.
Yeah.
Like y'all was waiting for us, so give me a break. This is at an ICNA conference or something, right?
Yeah.
So they all on the front row, and they say, "This is Islam," because all the different colors.
Who cares?
I hate that.
Who cares?
Because none of these guys talk about the solution.
Yeah.
Green, the Sheikh Green, he has like really.
I mean, Abdurrahman Green
Abdurrahman, I call him Jamal, but
from UK,
Abdurrahman,
right?
yeah, he talks really strong, but he doesn't have his concepts are not solidified to where he's he has some good stuff,
Yeah, yeah.
good strong stuff, but he's not cultured. He's not cultured in the Nadam to know a lot of people like that are. A lot of people like that are. But nevertheless, so you got again the beta leaders. Who supports them? The beta shield.
Yeah.
You break rank, become alpha. What happens? You get extracted. You get extracted, jailed, exiled, whatever. Okay. So, but as the beta shiur, who are their followers? Who are their subscribers? Who are their students? They're not offering any solution. I mean, I learned from Yasser Khadi. I learned from. I mean, they got other sheikhs that are less than 5 feet tall that I learned from.
Stop it, man.
I learned from.
Hamza Yusuf had good stuff.
I didn't learn who.
Hamza Yusuf had a lot of good stuff. All stuff is good.
Hamza Yusuf has a lot of good information, but information is not what revives the ummah.
Yeah.
It's not information. It's not information. It's actually the methodology, Tariqat Rasulullah, that methodology of how to revive from his sirah, his life activities. Okay, I learned from Yusuf Estes, not knowledge.
Our homeboy.
Yeah, not knowledge. We were there before he became a sheikh. Anyway, so we know him. So anyway, I didn't learn any knowledge from him, and I'm not disrespecting him or dissing him.
Yeah.
I never learned any knowledge. I learned knowledge from another Pakistani 5-foot sheikh that we know that's here. Okay, I never learned any knowledge from Sheikh Yusuf. But Yusuf traveled. He traveled to Turkey. He traveled here. He traveled that. He's the one that told me there was the most beautiful adhan he ever heard in Turkey. He said when the muezzin so-called muezzin came down, he approached him and like, oh man, found out the guy was a Jew. They hired him in Turkey because his voice was so beautiful. Now Turkish muezzin, I mean, they have I've heard something was beautiful.
Yeah, even the recitation.
I heard so much. Yeah, so beautiful.
Amazing.
Adhan and Qiraat,
Amazing.
I learned so much. I'm saying, like, I mean, like it's so pleasurable to listen to them. But Yusuf Estes told me that before. I'm not going to call him a liar.
Correct.
After the Bosnian thing, he traveled there, and the Muslims hadn't prayed in so long, they didn't know what to do. Sheikh Yusuf said they were side. Like I said, I learned stories and anecdotes I can throw out, but I didn't learn any knowledge from him.
Yeah.
He said that he was making salat next to a Bosnian guy. Okay, this guy was Mujahid. Okay, making salat next to him, and Sheikh Yusuf, the guy, like followed everything Sheikh Yusuf did, and Sheikh Yusuf nose itched, so he did like this, and the Bosnian guy did like this.
SubhanAllah.
I'm saying so. And what am I taking from this story? It's funny Bosnians can't pray. No, it's not it. What I take from that story is that the Muslims were so far away from Islam. Yeah. When the Yugoslavian government fell, they were having sex with the kuffar. They were drinking with the kuffar, going to kuffar clubs, doing all this stuff with the kuffar. When the government fell, they said, "You guys are Muslims."
Yes.
You became Muslims.
That's a great lesson that a lot of people look. They were integrated, right?
Yeah.
They're part of that culture, right? The Western culture.
Matter of fact, they said that was a model.
Yeah.
That was a model of integration. I'm telling you, well, they said that those Eastern Orthodox Christians, those Roman Catholic Serbs, and the Muslims, Bosnian Muslims, they say that was a model of integration.
And look what happened to the Muslims there. 5 million Muslims butchered.
Rape camps.
Massacred.
Rape camps. You go to Walmart, they had Walmart rape camps. As big as Walmart.
If you all don't remember, that was in 95.
Yeah.
I remember those days.
That's yesterday.
Yeah.
That's called yesterday historically.
Yeah.
Historically, that's called yesterday.
But you guys never want to learn. You always want to be like...
Only thing changed was the cars.
You always want to be like fitting the crew in the high school. That's all you want to do.
Yeah.
We're not saying like don't take the good from any other nation. You can, but you also have to be very careful. Yeah. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَلَنْ تَرْضَ عَنْكَ الْيَهُودَ النَّصَارَى حَتَّى تَتَّبِعَ مِلَّتَهُم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that, not me. Right? But you guys still...
And by the way, what he's saying is that never ever would a Jew and Christian be satisfied. Well, Latin, it's actually double negative.
Yeah.
Never ever would a Jew and Christian be satisfied with you until you follow their millah, until you follow their religion. Okay? So that's from Allah Ta'ala. Allah says never ever will it. So no. There are some circumstances. Oh, ya Allah, Calvin. It's like kufr, man. It's like it's clear kufr for you to say something.
Ayah does talk about from the leadership position as well. That's what the ayah talks about it too,
So now again, go from the top. Beta rulers.
Yeah.
under someone else's agenda, okay, someone else's timeline. The beta shiyukh, if you break ranks, become alpha, you are exiled, okay? And those are the few, those are ghuraba, those are the few, okay? Not saying that they don't know the correct methodology of reviving Islam, but they know more than those beta famous sheikhs with the subscribers and lots of followers.
Yeah.
Okay. Who follows those beta sheikhs? Beta minded people.
Yeah.
They are sheepish.
Yeah, they're not
Huruf,
strong.
you know, they are sheepish. They follow.
They like to be safe.
Yeah, yeah.
Take the safe route.
Yeah. I mean,
Compromise route.
yeah, I ain't gonna. Who am I to
I'm not gonna
debate?
shake the feather.
Who am I to debate the sheikh?
Shake the tree.
I say find the Quran where Allah says, "O ye ulama." Find the Quran where Allah says, "O ye shiyukh," or "O you imma." Find it in Quran. You won't find it. You find ya ayyuhalladhina amanu. I say, are you among the amanu? They say yes. I say, okay, the order is for you. The order is for you.
Yeah.
I'm saying that's the order. So again, this is what we're going through. The order is for you. Are you going to follow the order? You can't follow the order unless you know something different than what the shiyukh are teaching. These beta shiyukh, you're famous, the one you like, like. Okay, who is going to break rank and actually offer solution to the ummah? Because it's not going to happen if you are under a sheikh. I'm not saying go teach yourself, go learn yourself, but open your horizons and listen to different people that talk different from the one you're listening to.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, you'll listen to them, you might find them, oh, you're all crooked, you're all this and that. I'm going to go back to my sheikh. But always listen. Always listen.
And just listen to the one that is actually working to make sure that the izzah, the honor of the Islam will be supreme.
Yes. Trying
Right?
to raise Allah's name high.
Yeah, versus those who say just let's compromise, let's just go with the flow. We're in 2021, live with the status quo. We don't have to change a lot. Just focus on your individual thing, focus on your house to masjid. That's about it. You can see who's trying to really bring to make sure that not just the Muslim, but the whole mankind will have the adl, the rahmah, the justice of the deen. Makes sense? They're gonna have. I mean, look how so many atrocities happens because of all these big corporation and all these capitalistic ideas in the third country, third nations, whatnot. Who's gonna solve those problems? It's not the West, because West controls it already. You know what I mean? They're playing those games, right? So you can see the scholars who's one that actually want to make sure that this deen of ours, going to be the solution versus the one that says, just do what you gotta do, play volleyball and eat your biryani and have some kebab and live life.
Well, that's what we're dealing with. So when Allah says وَلْتَكُمْ مِنْكُمْ ummah, the ummah, sad to say, is beta. And we're not saying it in a negative way when it comes to the ummah in general. Women are naturally beta. They naturally follow the leadership of men. They don't walk beside a man. They say behind every great man, right?
Yeah.
Because that's a woman's role naturally. Okay. If someone walks up with a knife, does the man do this? Put the woman behind him if she's walking side by side with him?
These days, men run.
Well, I mean, it's a natural instinct. I always see refuge with the law from cowardice.
Yeah.
Because being a coward could paralyze you.
Yes.
Okay. Being a coward could paralyze you. And you won't be there for your children or your. Remember the video that went viral? The guy was walking with his little daughter, and the pit bull ran down the steps and ran out the gate, and the dude jumped on top of the car and left his daughter down there for a pit bull. Bruh, it's just an arm, bruh. Give the pit bull your arm. Make sure your daughter's safe. It's just an arm. Where's you might as well go and get a sex change now. You might as well get it chopped and split, and make it look mutilated vagina like. I'm saying, because you done, bro. You done.
Yeah.
You let a dog. Man, look, I don't like pit bulls either, but I'm telling you, my life for my child.
I was listening to this. It's a very popular da'i from Qatar. His name is Abdulaziz Ansar al-Khazraji. He was talking about one video about these pants that men wear these days. He's bringing the picture like the pant is so short, it goes all the way here, like above your knee, like way up close to your probably crotch area.
We call those dalantarants.
Yeah. He was
the shorts, right? The shorts.
Yeah, sure. He's like
dalantarants.
He's like, what's happening in our land? Like, what is this? Yeah. At least when you see the picture, white, what do you call it? Knee looks nice and clean, right? but we have shabab that their legs like Amazon. It's like hide it, man. Like why you have to wear like this? Like what is the rujula? What is like the manhood? What is like what is so he was saying about that even in the Khalij in the Gulf, it's becoming he says fashion moda. This is fashion. I'm like okay. He said if it's a fashion at least clean. I mean what is this? And it was hilarious. But he was saying that how when you look at this man you don't feel like for example like
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know this is a stereotype but when I look at for some of these bikers.
Yeah.
How I mean, they're like jacket and masculine. I feel
They,
like,
they, they, they look rugged.
Yeah.
They look rugged. Like it's like people be saying no homo and all that
Yeah,
kind of stuff. I'm not into that. What happened? And we say pause, but we're joking. It's all it's all
just a
jokes.
joke. Yeah.
I saw a picture of one of the Chechen fighters, bro.
Oh yeah.
One picture I saw, I mentioned before, maybe not here, but other lives or whatever. He passed away. They said a tank rode over him. If you look at his face, the man is almost smiling like Allah showed him something.
Yeah.
The tank is, the Mujahid doesn't feel anything. The Shahid doesn't feel anything. So not the Mujahid, but the Shahid doesn't feel anything. So the tank go over him and he's smiling. He's deceased.
Yeah.
In a little
I can see this one.
dream.
Yeah.
But guess what? I said, man, this guy need full beard. Chechen brothers, very handsome brothers,
Yeah.
And I said, this man is handsome even in death.
Yeah.
Then there was another one. They showed this one. He was on a rock. He was like standing on a rock like that. I said, man, I want my daughter to marry him. I said, man, I want that guy in the family. I want my daughter to marry. I mean, it's just the essence of masculinity.
So that's
the essence.
The other was so you're giving more example. Like you have to have manhood. In Arabic, say what happened to the muru'a? What happened to rujula? Right? What is this like? Like he even said, Allah, he said, some of you, astaghfirullah, don't lie. I know. I've seen it myself in the mall. They were this so tight. The back, the balloon, the butt big shows up.
It's called the bubble.
The bubble was showing
up.
up.
The bubble moves.
Yeah, it's the double and the word showing up. All the women looking at you like, what is going on, man?
Well, I mentioned before, people got mad, but I mentioned before that modern day fashion is men's fashion is actually to attract other men. It's not for the woman anymore. When women are not, they try to be visual because they're trying to move into the man's realm, but actually women are not that visual.
Yeah,
they're not that visual. They are visual creatures. They like what they like, but guess what though? Social media kind of changed things. Women don't really. They're not going to post their ugly guy.
Yeah.
They want everybody told to look like this or look like that. This is the most beautiful person and all this kind of stuff. Even Fauci, they said Fauci was now a sex symbol. This guy looked like if Screech got old. If Screech wasn't so tall and got old, he looked like that. So anyway, about Saved by the Bell. Anyway, so this is the issue. You got these people. Allah said, "Watakum minkum ummah, let there rise out of you." Allah says, "From the ummah, let there rise."
Not all
out
of you,
a group.
Some of you.
So the ummah is generally beta, meaning that we're not in leader. We're not gonna start or revive anything. But Allah says there has to be from us. It has to be from us a group. Allah didn't even define. It's not the majority because watakum minkum. It's not the majority. But it has to be from you a group that always not revives Islam, brings the Hukm Sharia back to reality, and then relaxes. No. You have to be there to keep the leadership correct, even after that. So this group of people throughout generations never ceases to exist if we obey Allah Ta'ala's messenger. These are people that are not status quo people. They're not going to toe the line. They're not politically correct. They're worried about fearing Allah Ta'ala more than fearing the council culture.
Yeah.
I'm saying these are the people. So beta leaders are not going to establish Islam.
Yeah.
Beta scholars are not going to call for the establishment of Islam. And I'm going to tell you some of these beta scholars. You say, well, in 19 such and such, he called for jihad in Afghanistan. Yeah, of course he did, because America told him to.
Yeah.
America and Britain told him to. That's why they emptied the schools in Saudi, high schools in Saudi. They emptied the high schools in Jordan. Go fight. The Quran. Go get some women of Jannah. Go. They're so
Political reason, but
beautiful.
yeah,
And
it was a political
it was
maneuver.
all for America. But then when Bosnia jumped out, Clinton said stand down.
Yeah.
Stand down. So what the sheikhs do? Stood down. They didn't give the same conversation, okay? They didn't give the same conversation. When Syria broke out, did the sheikhs give the same conversation? Oh no, they said those Muslims are deviant. That's the qadr. What was the qadr of Allah in Afghanistan when you sent our youth to fight on behalf of America against Russia?
Same thing when the Boston thing happened. The same youth that went to Afghanistan to fight the Russian
Couldn't
with
go.
the
They give them a
Mujahideen.
whole different conversation.
So the same brothers who want to go to Bosnia, the ulama said, "Oh, these are non-practicing Muslims."
Yeah.
Astaghfirullah, man.
Yeah.
Many innocent died, and you're gonna make that fatwa.
Yeah. And you could have pointed to many things in Afghanistan if you wanted to.
Yeah.
I mean, really, you could have pointed to many flaws within the Pashtun people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You could have pointed to many
But that
flaws.
was a political maneuver because America was actually fighting Russia using the Afghanistan Mujahideen.
They
that was
had
that.
American Stinger missiles from the
Yes.
CIA.
Yes. That's
know,
what they call.
surface to air.
How do you think the U.S. knew? I mean, in fact, when I was young, I used to see Reagan.
Yeah.
Reagan used to hang out with the.
You know, Reagan looked like a white Frankenstein.
So Reagan was the president at that
the
time.
biggest crack dealer, bigger than Noriega.
Yeah.
Bigger than what's the guy? The new guy, the one that escaped from prison. I forgot him. The Mexican guy.
Escobar, no.
Escobar, and there's another one too. Anyway, so bigger Reagan with the CIA doing Iran Contra, all that kind of stuff. Reagan put crack on the streets, used the CIA to put crack on the streets of North America. Ricky Ross was their agent.
Yeah.
There's some Spanish dude they sent to business class. You ain't know the business class to sell crack.
Yeah.
But Ricky Ross, the highway Ricky Ross, the real Ricky, not the fat Rick Ross. Okay? This guy didn't even know he was working for the CIA.
And not just that, if you can go back to the old CNN archive, you can see when any American news media or the Western media, when Reagan said these are the freedom fighters.
Yes.
Right?
The
And
Taliban was invited to the White House.
Yeah, they were here too.
They were speaking at universities. They were in Houston, Texas. They were in New York. They were in
But you know what?
everywhere.
I don't know, but living in America for a long time, America has this. I think most Americans have a dementia. They just forget history, like the history that happened in your own backyard.
They don't care. They'll talk down. I know a guy that's career military.
Yeah.
He said America is the dirtiest player in the game. He said I was there when we were overseas in Iraq. We would give the Muslims orders to go do stuff. As soon as they do it, we call it terrorism. They were giving the orders for the so-called terrorism. But he say, but I don't think we did 9/11. This is the mentality.
Yeah.
This is the Ameriki. This is the American mentality. The dumbest people on the face of the earth. The dumbest, non-analytical people on the face of the earth.
But guess what? People in power are analytical. People in power, American power, they're very analytical, man. I mean, they plan.
Yeah. They plan. It's like a rat.
Yeah.
It's like a rat. Okay. What does a rat do? I'm saying. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What does a rat do? A rat will get stuck in a trap, right? Then the rat will not go back to that same trap. Or you can put a certain bait on a trap. That rat will, although it loves that bait, won't go back to that trap. Won't go back for that particular bait on that trap. The rat won't do it. Now, why won't the rat do it? Because the rat is driven by instincts and drives and survival. That's what the rat does. So a lot of these people, these kuffar, these elites, these policymakers, they are acting in their own rat interests. They're acting in their own rat interests. So what do we have? We have them making certain maneuvers, and it seems like they are doing something intelligent, but they're actually not. They're not doing anything intelligent. They're acting based on instinct, drive, and it is to become very, very wealthy, to suppress Islam, become wealthy, carry their agenda that benefits them, which is natural for human beings to do. They have no guidance.
Yep.
They have no fear of Allah. It's natural. So that's what we're doing. So again, this will talk minkum ummah. This is always going to be people like, I'm not saying better than me, but like me and up. I'm on the bottom. Like me, like Amoo Yusuf and up. We're on the bottom.
Yep.
better than us that are going to be out there calling
Yeah.
for Islam from top to bottom, as Allah says, "Yad'una ila al-khair." Invite to all of Islam. The ulama say khair, you could say it's salat, you could say it's fasting, you could say it's zakat, so on and so forth. So when Allah added the alif lam, when Allah says yad'una ila al khair, when Allah said to the khair, they say that's all of Islam. All of Islam. Tabarani, not Tabarani, Qurtubi, Ibn Majah, they said dinuk. This is dinuk. This is your deen.
Yeah.
Al khair is your deen. They say when Muhammad said, Allah says, Aqimu salat, to establish the salah. In the Arabic idiom, it'll point to a part of a thing to mean the whole. They say this is dinuk.
Yeah.
This is your deen as well. So don't just establish the prayer, because we have prayer like in the lands of Islam. We have prayer in Saudi and stuff like that. We have prayer, but they're not establishing the salah, because as we're going to talk about, the salah is being tampered with. And I told you guys, I mentioned the khutbah last Friday. It's a blessing from Allah Ta'ala that Allah is allowing them to attack Islam so openly.
Yeah.
Muhammad said, until you see the kufr buwah.
Oh yeah.
Until you see the clear kufr. It means it's not debating. There's no ikhtilaf. The clear kufr, he said, then you have a burhan with Allah against him. I'm saying you have an evidence with Allah against him. We're seeing the clear kufr. And it's a blessing from Allah Ta'ala that Allah Ta'ala is allowing them to tighten the noose on their own neck. Not even a Negro can debate now. Not even a Negro can defend them now. Although I'm sure these slave-minded,
Well, that's what I'm
Negroes,
saying, because
you give a nigga some shoes.
well, what we have people that completely close-minded or just not sincere. Like when you see somebody do wrong, you have to admit. If you do something wrong, you have to admit and fix it. But you have these blind followers that's still going to stick to it. Trust me, they're going to still stick to it. They're going to make all the other excuses for all these new laws that coming up right now. You know what I mean? You're going to find people like that. I think there are too many.
Yeah, that's what we're dealing with. So, this is the point that we're making, that you can't trust the rulers that are in power. They're not doing the job. First of all, the worst rulers we had in the past fought fi sabilillah. They organized armies for the.
Actually, I don't like the
dignity and
comparison.
protection.
I don't like that comparison at all. You can't compare our modern so-called scholars and the leaders with the scholars of the past. You can't. There's no comparison.
Can't.
There's two different subjects like this. It's two different things. Only the weak-minded, only the losers that don't want to bring the deen back how it was, they're the ones going to make this argument. They're going to use this argument. Oh, it was also bad in the past and whatnot. Okay, then what's the solution then? Are you saying that we're just going to stay live in a status quo? That's it? Do you see what I'm saying? I have no solution. So I don't like that argument. Like, it wasn't actually. If you study the history correctly, even though Alhamdulillah in Islamic history they basically write everything, the good and the bad and whatever happened, but overall they still rule by the deen. Make sense? Which nowadays we don't have that. So it's very hard to compare that with the so-called modern time so-called leaders that have been put by the colonists.
Well, again, the leaders are not going to do it. The famous shuyukh with lots of followers and subscribers, they're not going to do it. Their students are not going to do it. You who follow them or their students are not going to do it. Okay, it's a specific aspect, section of the ummah that's going to answer the call. وَاتَّقُوا مِنْكُمْ ummah. يَدْعُونَ إِلَى الْخَيْرِ. Okay, to invite to all of Islam. Let there rise out of you an ummah, a group that invites to all of Islam. Not the people that just talk about salat and fasting and making dua.
And if you can't do it, and if you find these ulama or people that want to bring it back, let them do it, man. Like, why you have to go against them?
Well, that's part of the beta.
I'm seeing some folks like, okay, if you don't agree with them, at least.
What's a woman's natural role? Alpha, beta.
What is it?
A woman's natural role,
It's
alpha,
beta.
beta.
It's beta.
But her natural role is beta, to be second in command in the home. The husband is the lead. She's second in command. She's over the children. Okay, this is how the natural role. Okay, but what happens if with the masculine woman? What happens? The masculine woman does not play the beta role. So when a husband says, "Hey, I need you to wait," oh, you ain't my daddy. You never respect your dad.
Yes.
You didn't respect your dad.
In the first place, that's what they.
You know,
they-
these are how these guys that follow these simp sheikhs.
Yeah.
This is how they are. A sheikh breaks rank and start calling for the Ummah's revival. What do they say? You're not my daddy, sheikh. You're not my. Who are you? Well, first of all, you said I ain't had qualifications to address your sheikh. Now this guy has qualifications even more than your sheikh, and now you discredit him.
Yeah.
So now we come down to sincerity. Third wave, beta, simps would not lead the revival of the Ummah. They would not. And when we say, oh, beta leader, if you listen to the leaders that are in power today, I know you don't want to buck and go to jail and get tortured. I understand that.
I'm not saying that either. Yeah.
But stop saying Allah is in heaven and Erdogan is on the earth. Stop saying that. Allah is in heaven and MBS is in the strip club. Stop saying that. Stop saying that. I'm saying. Anyway, I'm done.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna go with.
Shaking my Muslim head.
So the latest and the greatest
Good news.
from the land of Tawheed.
Good news. Land of Tawheed.
Yeah. So they passed, or I don't know, they passed or they're passing, but you can go to Twitter and find out that the shops and businesses, they don't have to be closed during the Salah time. You know, because if you go to Mecca during Salah time,
This was an Islamic staple.
yeah.
The only ones that remained open were the shops and stuff that were owned by Kufar.
Yes.
Okay, but we're talking about the land of Tawheed.
Yeah, yeah. So it's in Mecca. I mean, when I went back in 2019 in Mecca, alhamdulillah, every shop is still closed. But in Jeddah or in any other city other than Mecca and Medina, they still have some open. Some brothers, mashallah, they close it. They fear Allah.
You can have beaches and
Yeah, so they leave it open, but the Mutawa police, they kind of removed that, or the palace sitting in the corner now. They can do anything because some of them don't even do a good job anyway in the first place, fortunately. So in Jeddah, there's some places open, some are not, but most of them, mashallah, closed because those people, mashallah, fear Allah, they go to the masjid, alhamdulillah. But now they're saying you don't have to. Why? Because the excuse is, well, because we don't wait too long for the salah to open the thing. It's like really frustrating to wait in line and for the shop to open. Look at the lame excuse. Do you see what I'm saying? So unfortunately, that's the one of the things that's going to get worse and worse in that land of Tawheed, huh?
And like I said, this is a blessing from Allah Ta'ala that Allah is exposing. I didn't go live for the khutbah, but I probably should have. But nevertheless, Allah is exposing them to the point you can't logically defend them. Now your defense was not logical in the first place.
Only the losers and the idiot will defend.
Well, that's what we're doing. That's
For real, man.
That's a lot of what we're doing.
No, seriously, because they're so close-minded. They're so like, what do you call it? I think that's sort of the character of the simp. They just want to appease the, what do you call it? Right? So I'm like, so what are the ulama that always talk about, don't do this, don't do that, don't follow this, and where are they at now? Where are you shuyukh?
Yeah.
Where are they?
Well,
the one that follow so much and you take every single word like a gold.
Yeah,
right?
We're not seeing the clapback that we should see from those people that defend it. You know what I'm saying? That defended this land. They called it the land of Tawheed, something that was never called during the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Sahaba didn't call it that. The Tabi'un, Tabi'in, nobody called it that.
Yeah, just a new word that's made up.
It's a new word, and it just Okay.
Get some messages.
Yeah, no. This is some stuff. Business. But anyway, So I'm trying to help this family out. But the whole point is that this is where we are with it now. It is beyond defense.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
even
indefensible.
Yeah, even in UAE. I mean, I understand that the so-called weekend or not, but usually in that part of the world, Friday and Saturday is the weekend. But in UAE, they tend to remove Friday as a weekend as well. So you can see that slowly they're just trying to push this liberal, secular kind of lifestyle. They want to push it very fast, basically. They want to push it really hard. So anyway, that's what's happened right now. That's one of the latest thing that happens almost like every month. One way the another, There's something else that's just kept popping up right now. Yeah. So that's the latest that came up, and you can go to Twitter and see all the conversation between some of the sincere Muslim there, and some of them like upset, some of them are actually for it. And a lot of those are actually for these sort of laws. You can see that they promote liberal and secular kind of, man-made values, unfortunately. That's the difference. And those who are calling for no, don't make these changes, you can see that they're sincere. They're people that fear Allah and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. That's
And-
what we're doing. So
yeah.
that's again. I know y'all think we're picking on Saudi, but hey, you gotta start at the top. There is no other land that's considered the beacon of Islam. There is no place. Remember
Abraha from the Habasha.
Abraha, took the elephants, okay, to try to take over the Mecca, take over the Kaaba, okay? Why? You think that was his first thought? No. He tried to redirect the Hajjaj and say, no, make Hajj here, make Hajj here. It didn't stick. So the issue is that because it didn't stick, he said, okay, I'm gonna take that one. I'm gonna take that one. And Allah Ta'ala defended it. He sent the birds, to drop the stones, the little pebbles. And they came down, which I have to say Allah stilled the wind. I don't know if Allah make the wind still or not, but I'm going to tell you why rain doesn't come down and bust you upside your head. The wind breaks it. The wind breaks the rain where it comes down and we don't hurt ourselves, okay? Allah sends down the hail, then you got to move around, okay? But when Allah sends the rain, the reason the rain doesn't hurt us is because Allah breaks it with the wind. He breaks it, okay? Now Allah sent these pebbles down, and they came down. They said He pierced the elephants, like through the elephant, like pierced it. Brought the elephants down. That's what Allah Ta'ala is doing, protecting the people of that land. Allah Ta'ala called in Surah Quraysh and Surah Fil. Allah Ta'ala tells them to reflect back on how we, Allah, helped you in those matters. So only praise us, okay? So this is the issue. He tried to establish an alternative Hajj, but then he decided to attack the actual place of Hajj. Now, that's why we are always focusing on that area, because that is a central place. We all pray toward that area.
Yeah.
So commonly, if we're not going to talk about all, we can talk about all the Muslims. We talk about all of them are corrupt. All of them led by beta leaders. But nevertheless, we're going to talk about that chiefly. Why? Because that is a central point that we all have in common, no matter where you are in the Muslim world. So we're not focusing on MBS.
Yeah.
MBS stands for Muhammad Bush. But anyway, so Muhammad Bull, yada yada yada. Anyway, yeah. So anyway, not just him, because see, before him was Abdullah. Okay, before him was what? Fahad. Before him was Muhammad bin Nose.
Please. Come on, man. Leave people alone, man.
Ibn Nose. So like and Abdullah had one too, boy. Ooh, this kid. He's like, who's cooking in Egypt? Anyway, so this is the point. So
Egypt, niggas feel is so strong. Wow, so powerful.
Couscous.
No.
Egyptian couscous.
Oh no, man! No, man.
So
man,
anyway,
come on, this and Arby's, come on, it's too much, man.
So here we go. So
La ilaha illallah.
So this is the issue. This is not picking on the land. This is not picking on the current leadership, because it's going to come around again. It's going to be a new name, a new face. It's going to be a new name and a new face. It's going to be the same kufr. Okay? So inshallah, make dua to Allah that Allah Ta'ala grant you the knowledge where you become one of the ghuraba, those who answer the order, wal takum minkum ummah. Okay. So that's all that I have. And
for that,
Saudi again.
Yeah, again.
We have to
Unfortunately.
shake our Muslim head.
All right, that's it for today. If y'all can share this, we'd highly appreciate it. Share your comments, your ideas, any disagreement, agreement. That's it for today.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Tune in tomorrow, exactly, talk about
What time is that?
7 o'clock p.m. 7 to 7
same
o'clock
time.
p.m. Yeah, 8 o'clock. I think 8 o'clock. I think I made it for 8 o'clock p.m. I'm not sure. I think 8 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll talk about choosing wifey,
Spicy.
choosing It's wifey versus the woman you desire. Okay? Wifey versus the woman you desire. Very important topic. You'll be surprised about the spin.
Ooh, yeah.
All right. This has been Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast. And Amoo Yusuf.
Salam
Amoo, you
alaikum.
love to hate. Salam alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Always.